What if the reason money feels hard for you isn't your income, your habits, or your upbringing? What if the way you handle money is controlled by a secret personality inside of you and it's been shaping your success, your stress, and your spending all along? Intriguing. So today we're going to discover your money archetype and unlock the personal wealth power that's already inside of you. Hi, I'm Tracy from The Money Boss. I'm here to help you step into your personal power, make dream money, build a life on your terms. If that's what you are excited about, buckle up, hit subscribe, and let's do this. So today we're going to be talking about and helping you discover your sacred money archetype to help you unlock your personal wealth power. Key, that's already inside of you. So we're going to go over 5 core areas. What if your money struggles aren't about all the technical things we talk about? Number 1. Number 2, we're going to introduce you to the sacred money archetypes. 3, we're going to review the 8 sacred money archetypes. And then I'm really going to help you unpack how understanding your archetype unlocks wealth. And then 5, call to action and how you can use your sacred money archetypes to save, stop spending, align with money, and start to build your dream life. So let's do this. So what if money isn't about effort? What if it isn't about budgeting better, hustling nonstop, getting a raise? Don't get me wrong. I'm the money boss and all of those things are important. But here's the truth. Your money habits come from your money personality. And most of us don't even realize that. And we aren't aware that we have a money personality. And our personality, as we know, if you've ever done any kind of personality test in the workplace, like I've done DISC and other assessments, the sacred money archetypes that I'm about to introduce you to speaks to your personality when it comes to money. And each one of the 8 sacred money archetypes outlines how you earn, save, and spend, and even how you dream about wealth or not. Believe it or not, there are archetypes that do not care about money. I assume if you're here at the Money Boss show spending your time, that's not you, but we'll go over all 8 of them. So this is powerful work. And until you understand your archetype, you're really going to repeat the same money patterns. You can budget, which is fantastic. You can work harder and get a raise. You can cut expenses. Beautiful. But if you're not aware of the programming, like I talk about conscious and subconscious programming, one step deeper to that, we have a personality. And many have explored personality systems, some haven't. So whether this is new or old hat to you, there's value in this for everybody. Because you're probably just discovering sacred money archetypes and it's going to blow your mind. And if you're new to personality systems, you might be a little bit skeptical, like I was when I was younger and learning about the power of the brain and conquering the world and going, everything is learnable. It's all about how you learn. It has nothing to do with how you were born. Then I got a little bit older and watched myself and my patterns and how the core essence of me stayed the same. And then I watched when it comes to money, I was working with people and helping them, whether it's my friends, asking them to budget or share some information, watching people spend, watching people save. And then in the more recent years, I was coaching people on business and money, and then realizing you could give the same set of tools to one person and then the next person and the next person, and they would all do different things. And I just thought it was a level of motivation and discipline. And then finally, through years, trial, and then discovering sacred money archetypes, I unlocked the life-changing knowledge that truly we have an essence to who we are. Yes, it will grow and change a little bit. It'll expand, it'll contract, it'll flourish depending where we are in our roles and our life and our age and our experience and our ability to step into our gifts versus ignoring them. So there's a lot of things that play. But at the true core of every individual, I believe we have gifts, baggage, and a personality. If it wasn't that way, why have you ever looked at your siblings and said, how are we even related? Like, are you from the milkman? Ooh, shouldn't say that, but who are you? Even myself and my siblings and some of my relatives, I'm like, we grew up the same way. Sure, oldest, that plays in, but we're all different. And I can peg the archetypes of those I know most and how it affects their saving, spending, and earning potential. So it is powerful. And when I discovered this, I was well into my money game. I had been building media companies at that point for like 15 years and bumping up against my money personality and habits, good and bad, walking my money journey alongside my entrepreneurship journey. And it just quite didn't make sense. Like I said, I'd give tools to this person and this person. Some would implement, some wouldn't. Some you give like 200 bucks to, they blow it before it's in their hand. The next, they'd save every penny. And then the third and the fourth and the fifth, they'd spend part, save part. It was odd. Enter Sacred Money Archetypes and the life-changing power of your money personality. I was well into my career. I have done several different personality systems, so I knew there's strength and wisdom in them. But when I took the Sacred Money Archetype quiz, just a quick note, you can go to themoneybosscollective.com, find the quiz button, take the quiz, takes a bunch of minutes, probably about 5 to 7 minutes, and then you'll have all your results. I'll talk about it later, but giving you a quick call out now in case you want to pause it and go do it. When I discovered it, it was literally my final key, the final piece of the puzzle that made it all make sense when it comes to money for myself and others. It floored me. I didn't think there was going to be much to it. I'm like, oh, money personality quiz, that's cute. I'm a hard driving entrepreneur. So I'm like, oh, a quiz, that's cute. Oh my goodness, could I not have been more wrong if I tried? It gave me the outline of my top 3 archetypes. And then I started diving in and reading and learning more about them. I'm like, oh, and then I had that game-changing moment where you just kind of sit back, you do a deep breath, your shoulders drop, and you go, oh, so this is not just me. I'm not broken. I'm not greedy. I'm not selfish. That is the wisdom and the power that personality tests can unlock, but the sacred money archetypes. If you're interested in money, I know this will just change your life too. So when I took the quiz, it just, again, unlocked the final tidbit for me, put the final piece of the puzzle into who Tracy was and her money game. And then it made it make sense on how I can coach 4 people, and 4 people would do 4 different things. And it wasn't only discipline and motivation, it was something deeper, the essence of the person. So introducing, da da da, here we go. I need a drum roll. So introducing the sacred money archetypes. They are secret codes most of the world don't know about. I call them our money codes. And they show you your strengths, your blind spots, and how you unconsciously attract or repel wealth. So the importance of that is then you can start to understand how you sabotage yourself and you go, oh, that's why I do that. And then you can understand your strengths and then you go, oh, that makes sense, or I should do this. And then it also helps you align with how you can best earn, save, and spend. So you stop sabotaging your money game and step into your strength and manage your weaknesses, right? Because we all have strengths and weaknesses, and every trait does. So, as soon as you discover and align with your archetypes, money feels easier, opportunities flow, and your confidence skyrockets because you're not sitting there going, oh my God, I blew the budget again. I'm such a failure. Like, you're not playing the shame and blame game. You're like, oh, okay, that is one of the traits of my personality that I just spend. I don't care. When you ignore your essence of who you are and make yourself wrong, it leads to frustration, stress, and missed opportunities. It also, one step further, leaves you feeling like a failure, leaves you feeling shame and guilt, makes you feel like you're broken for your interest in money or lack of, overspending, oversaving, obsession with money, or no care about money. Any one of those, we can shame and guilt ourselves. And if there is a subject that has more shame, guilt, more baggage than money, I don't know what that is. Good grief. Money is a hot button. So when we discover our archetypes, align with our strength, manage our sabotages, and step into our money gift, my goodness, you just stop making yourself wrong. You lose that bad vibration. You start to align with the flow of who you are and your strengths. And as we know, money is vibration, frequency, energy. So if you're always living in a state of overspending and guilting yourself and shaming, that's a horrible cycle. What does that feel like? We don't need a vibration conversation about that. When you are in guilt, shame, blame, debt, stress, what does that feel like? Low vibration. If you are oversaving and hoarding and can't spend, well, that might be a good problem. It's also a very money hoarding energy. And money is energy and money flows. Not saying you need to blow all your money, but every personality, a saver, a spender, has strengths and weaknesses. So, again, there is so much power in knowing your sacred money archetypes that I am making it the foundation of my money mastery principles. So, we're starting. Where is the core of the house? The foundation. What is the foundation of your life? You and who you are, your personality, your essence, right? That is the foundation. And once you know who you are, you build a strong foundation, and then you could start to build the walls of your house, the next level, the pyramid, whatever analogy we want to use. Then you go to budgeting with the knowledge of your sacred money archetypes. Then you go with understanding how to make money with the knowledge of your sacred money archetype and how you best make money, spend money, and save money. It is the foundation of your house. So many people, they're trying to budget, and that's great. Heck, if that's where you start, do it, because that's critical. But if you are building a life and you're not aware of who you are, your essence, your gifts, your personality, you're building a house on sand. Could you imagine building walls on sand? If you don't know, sand shifts. So if you're building your financial house on sand, you're going to have some shifting of the house and cracks. That's not good. So let's build a solid foundation. And that's my journey here on the Money Boss. And 2026, guys, buckle up, join the Money Boss Collective, because we are doing a Money Boss revolution. And it starts, number one, with your archetypes. Taking the quiz. Let's do a quick call out for that. The moneybosscollective.co, on homepage and several other pages, the menu, you'll find the quiz. Take the quiz. It takes 5 to 7 minutes. And in there, you're going to be asked a series of questions. Answer it honestly, and then you're going to get honest results. And it's going to rate all of the 8 archetypes that we'll go through and give you a number score for each of them. Pick your 3 highest, Those are your top three archetypes. Pick the highest, that's your main archetype, and then you start to learn about that strengths and weaknesses. When you take the quiz, you'll see a landing page with all kinds of information. And then if it really takes your life by storm, like it did for me, there are workshops and courses that I have if you're interested. So let's go in. What are the 8 archetypes? Let's break them down. There is the ruler, there is the accumulator, there is the maverick, there is the alchemist, there is the connector, there is the romantic, and the celebrity. Doesn't that sound pretty cool? Guys, like I am so boots on the ground, serious, no nonsense. Like, let's build the life of your dreams. And again, I was skeptical. And then again, I had somebody on YouTube say, this is hokey, however they worded it. And I'm glad they did because it allows me to address it here. There is no part of this that is silly or fluffy. It is a way to hone in on your essence and then master your money game. And again, from there, you build your solid foundation and start going through the different pillars of money mastery. You become unstoppable. You step in your personal power, start to make dream money, and build the life on your terms. As I always say, life is meant to be joyous. There's abundance of opportunity. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Step by step on the Money Boss Collective here, we're going to learn the 8 money mastery pillars. As I get so excited, I'm planning for the new year and the programs I'm going to launch and the things I'm going to unveil to you. So just a little bit of a shout out. Good things coming in 2026. But most importantly, this is your moment to say, okay, this year went good, bad, ugly, fantastic. We can either relive the same year next year, or we can start taking our money game seriously. Because whether we like it or not, your archetypes will tell you this, money makes the world go round. Money dictates our ability to make a difference in this world. Yes, you can do it without money, but with money, you can have more of an impact. You can advertise, you can start your own platforms. Money isn't everything, but money is needed for everything. So the sooner we can release our fears and our sabotages about money, the sooner we are stepping into making dream money that allows us to step into our destiny, that allows us to fully live out what we're supposed to do here on planet Earth. I don't think money is just money. Money is a tool that helps you down your path of the highest expression of who you are and what you're meant to do. Money isn't the be all end all. It is a tool. Whew, deep breath. Sacred Money Archetypes. I reviewed the 8 of them. So why don't we go through quick, see if any of these kind of capture your interest. You might be saying, oh my gosh, I am definitely a ruler or accumulator. Or you might be like, I have no idea. And all of those are okay. So maybe if you're there, just pay attention or grab a pen and paper, jot it down. And if you plan to take the quiz, see if you're right or wrong. So again, once you know your archetype, you can stop repeating money mistakes. You can lean into your natural strengths. You can make decisions with clarity and confidence. And you can attract opportunities that align with you. And most importantly, it can help you stop living in guilt and shame and step into your strength. That's what this channel's about. Honestly, I could call this the personal power boss, and that would be more correct. Money's just the tool. Personal power and stepping into our gift is the real game. Money is the tool that facilitates our journey and helps us realize our gifts and our destiny. That's what I believe. I believe money is sacred. It's a sacred tool. Oh my goodness, guys, I am so wired. Let's go in. The ruler. The ruler is the inner empire builder, and they are in love with money. Let's just put it short. They are inspired by money. They think about money. Their slogan is helping to help others realize their potential. So me, the money boss, I think making money is healthy. I no longer feel guilty. I no longer feel guilty for saying I want to make money. That is money shame, guilt, and sabotaging behavior. We're taught to think that way. But as a inner empire builder, the ruler, my money game is secondary because I actually just want to help others achieve their highest version of themselves, their potential. Hence the Money Boss Show. This is me helping other people achieve their dreams by mastering their money game. So that is the ruler. And of course, in the quiz, I'm not going to go into the weaknesses too much here or much of the detail because we don't have time. But if you take the quiz, you're going to get a page with strengths, weaknesses, all of that once you're done the quiz. So you can read through, no obligation to buy. There's stuff there to support you if you want to take the mini workshop or the course, if you're like really, really loving this stuff. But there's enough free information on the landing page that you will be off to a good start. And also the video series on the quiz page when you finish. So the ruler, the inner empire builder that helps others achieve their destiny. The weakness, let's name one of them. They are hard driven. They are just so motivated to achieve. They get their blinders on and really honed in. So that means family, friends, fun, balance can be thrown to the wayside. Who has time for that? I'm a ruler. That's my favorite archetype. I need to conquer the world and help others master their money game. I have no time to go to the beach, huh? Right? So that's the ruler. Accumulator, pretty straightforward. They really are all about saving, mastering their money, and helping others be financially smart. The accumulator, they like hoarding money. They have a budget. Chances are they have money stashed away in a sock in a drawer, buried in the old tin can in the back 40. Whatever the saying is, they love to accumulate. They're like really a money hoarder. Downside of that, they have a hard time spending. Even though it's a course that's going to be important to help them get a raise at their company or expand their business, they really have a hard time opening the piggy bank and spending money. That is their biggest challenge. The Maverick is the inner, the Maverick is the individual that is really big into, how can you say this? They're like the inner gambler. They're the inner rebel without a cause. So they're the individual that is most comfortable with risk. They are okay with risky ventures, risky deals. And well, that's great because that gives them the courage to take risk and do things that most people won't do because they're not comfortable. The downside, as you can imagine, they're so comfortable taking risk, they can lead to a roller coaster ride of feast or famine as opportunities boom or bust, right? So then the next one is the alchemist. This is the individual alchemist. They turn stuff to gold. So they're actually really good with money ideas and creating money ideas and having lots of business ideas. That is their strength. They're the alchemists of ideas. If you want to find an idea on how to make money or solve a problem, go to the alchemists. They'll help you. Their sabotage can be they have so many ideas that they don't implement, or their mixed relationship with money. They're the person that would be, they're kind of the cause person, the person that's trying to save the world, all the critters, and all the people. They're the cause person. Well, they have a lot of ideas. They have a hard time implementing, but they also have the most mixed relationship with money. They know money is important, but they hate it because they see how big companies just hoard money. They are greedy, how people live homeless, how the money is not distributed correctly. So they have a really love-hate relationship with money. In addition, on the pro side, In addition to their ability to not pick an idea and implement because they have so many good ideas, they have a love-hate relationship with money, which leaves them attracting, repelling, wanting to go after money, not because money is bad and only rich people are greedy. Good people don't have money. Going on to the connector, as you can imagine from the name, well named, they love connecting people. They're the person that you'll see at an event, probably the social butterfly saying, you need a meet, you need a meet. You know what? I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that can help you with that. I'll introduce you. You know that person? We all know those people. That is the connector. They love connecting people. On the flip side, the weakness, the sabotage, they are the one archetype that does not care about money. They literally don't care. They're like, money what? Money who? Why do you need money? The great thing is because they're always connecting and they have a great flow of money, money comes to them, but they're not concerned and they're not conscientious with their money. So on the bad side, you can imagine they're not managing their money. Are they paying their bills on time? Do they budget? And it can also lead them to having somebody take care of their money, which is good. But if that person's not honest, they could be spending their money, creating debt, and the connector's not paying attention because they just don't care. The nurturer, as you can tell from the title, they love to take care of people. They're the nurturer. So on the positive side of it, they're always caring for people and they want to make sure that everybody's okay. And that often means they'll be the first person to lend out money if somebody needs it. They're that person that would be like, oh, you don't have a shirt? Here's my shirt. I don't care. It's minus 30 here in Canada. So whatever that is in US, but it is below freezing. And I'll give you my shirt because you need it, because I care that much. I care more about you than I care about me sometimes. On the flip side, that can lead the nurturer jeopardizing their financial future because they're giving money to people that need it and they almost put themselves secondary. And I guess the second drawback to the nurture, they tend to give so freely. They often get taken advantage of because they become a soft spot, and people that are going to abuse good-hearted people will see the nurture and go, oh, they'll give me money. They'll give me money. I might be blowing it and being reckless with my money, but I'm going to go see that nurture and I know they'll take care of me. They'll pay that bill. They'll buy me tires. They'll co-sign. So the pros and the cons of the nurture. Who do we have next? We did the ruler, we did the accumulator, the maverick, the alchemist, the connector, the nurturer. We have the romantic and celebrity next. So the romantic, they are the individual that is all about fine experiences, fine things. It's called the inner hedonist. They love the rich experiences, right? So on the positive end, they're all about creating experiences that are beautiful for them, but most importantly for the people they love. So they'll be the ones organizing the dinners out, the trips out, and organizing everything so that people can have an amazing time. Beautiful gift. They like the best of everything too, like the luxury trips, the fine dining. They want to create rich experiences. As you can imagine, on the drawback, they are an individual that does attract money well, then they have a good flow. But here's the thing, they don't care and they want what they want when they want it. So unless that person has a really big bank account, they're creating rich experiences for themselves and the ones they love. And the danger, they don't have the cash available, that's going to credit card. And then they live in the guilt and the shame. Beautiful person to be around and have as a friend. But if you're a romantic, you can find yourself going, oh my gosh, I offered to pay for that whole meal for those people. I didn't have the money, but I just wanted to do it. Oh, well, I want this and I don't care and nobody's going to tell me no. The mantra of the romantic is, I deserve this. Does that sound familiar? The last one is the celebrity, exactly like the name says. They are the inner celebrity. They love the limelight. They're all about being seen at the events in the nice cars, with the nice purse, with the brand name, the who's who doing the big things. That is the celebrity. They often know the best spots to be at. They're very well known and they are a-okay with being in the limelight, which has huge strengths in this world of influencer. They're the person that'll be on camera most easily saying, "Look at me." The celebrity loves the limelight, or else they wouldn't be a celebrity, right? The drawbacks is this individual, much like the romantic, doesn't care about the bank account. And if the bank account's empty, the credit card will be filled up because they need the finest of everything. They go further into that, saying that the romantics and the celebrity are the two that spend most freely and live in the cycle of guilt and shame when the credit card statement comes, unless they have a really big bank or a sugar daddy or a mama. So let's go here. There is no right or wrong, guilt or shame, good or bad, because every single personality, every trait is neither good or bad. It's on a sliding scale. So let's touch on one or two traits just so you go, I feel attacked. I'm a romantic. And you just said we are all about spending and we don't care about anything else. Do not feel attacked. Every relationship to our personality is so important. Every archetype is so important. We just need to know how we spend, how we save or don't, and the best way to tap into the way we like to make money. There's no judgment here. There's no good or bad, but thinking makes it so. I forget the famous expression. Our thoughts on it make it bad, because every one of those archetypes have amazing strengths and beauty in their personality, but also unique things that if you tap into that and you know your archetype, that's great ways to make business models, because the way a ruler makes money is going to be different than a connector. A ruler is really usually not one that is high on the connector because they're like, build the empire. I'm a ruler. I would imagine that connector's probably dead last. And that's me. There might be somebody that's a ruler and a connector. And that makes a three, which makes the archetypes, which makes that person a little bit different than this version of a ruler, right? So beautiful, this work. So, prime example, spending in the middle. Any trait in this world is neither good or bad. Spending in the middle, healthy spending, there's where you want to be. But spending, if you do too much, is dangerous. If you are an accumulator and you don't spend, it's also dangerous because you won't invest in yourself, you won't grow, and you won't make opportunities, and you live in fear. So see that one trait, the ability to spend, it's neither good or bad. We just need the awareness and we need to tap into that and manage the strength, manage the weakness and work to the strength of that, right? If we're an accumulator, it's beautiful because we save. But then we know that maybe we need to work on gifting a little bit more to get the money flow going. Or maybe we realize that we need to go to the little piggy bank that's hidden under the bed, pull out those wads of bills and invest in ourselves. Nothing is good or bad. No trait is good or bad. It is just knowledge and knowing ourselves. So, sacred money archetypes, the foundation of starting to step into your personal power in making money. Know your weaknesses, air quotes, strengths, and how to align with how you feel and best make money. Okay? This is just such beautiful work. There's nothing fluffy about it. I hope that you can take the quiz. Like I said, the moneybosscollective.co quiz, take it, It takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Answer accurately. Don't answer how you want it to be because you're going to get false results, false answers, and that will not help you on your journey. We are who we are, and you're beautiful in the archetypes that you are, in your personality, in your strengths, and your weaknesses. That is your journey in life. Just learn about it, learn about who you are, build a solid foundation, and then we can start to step through and learn the different scales of money mastery built on the strong foundation of who you are when it comes to money, your sacred money archetypes. So, again, go to the website, take the quiz, and identify your top 3 archetypes. There'll be instructions on what to do there on the landing page. You'll find your top 3 based on the highest numbers, based on the email that's sent to you. You care about the 3, but for the most part, you work on number 1 in most of the work. That's your dominant archetype. And we have a score for all 8 of them. But when it gets past 3, it's just so far down that the 3 top are the ones that really drive us when it comes to money. So start small. Take the quiz. It's fun and it's powerful. It's honestly life-changing. I am the money boss. My whole work is helping people be powerful, be comfortable with money, know that it's okay to want to make money because it's one of the highest gifts that we can do for ourselves and our family and our friends and our community. It's a tool to helping us step into our strength and pursue our destiny so that life isn't a struggle, so that it's a beautiful adventure. That's not what you're experiencing, just so you know. It doesn't matter what your past is. When you jump on the Money Boss boat, I'm going to walk you through, make sure you realize how powerful you are, and start to make you a money boss too, if you want to. It starts with you. Head over to the moneybosscollective.co, take the quiz, and I would love to hear from you. What are your archetypes? If you haven't taken it yet, do you know what you think you'll be based on this episode? I'd love to hear from you. This changed my life, and I hope this changes your life as well. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.